Hey guys, it's Rochelle here with Losing It on Keto, and I decided to film this because I don't think I've ever made this as a separate video. I think I included it with one of my tips, I think 3 years ago, on how to increase satiety following a PSMF way of eating. But this is such an instrumental, an integral, I should say, part of my PSMF way of eating that I thought it was worthy of its own video, and plus I have a couple other ideas that makes it easier for me. So I thought I would share that with you. So first of all, I just made this for myself. This is one of the staples of my PSMF diet. This is about, it's a 32-ounce thermal flask. And I fill this baby up, and I'll have 1 or 2 of these a day. And it just satisfies the sweet tooth. I even have these in the summer. I have this all year long. And the amount of time it takes to drink it, etc., it I can't even describe it for you how with very little macros, how it increases satiety. So like I said, this is an integral part of my doing a PSMF protocol. So how do I do it? Before, I used to put the water in a Pyrex and microwave it. But I noticed that Costco had this sur la table electric kettle, and this heats up so darn fast. So depending upon how much I'm making, for me, I'll fill it right below the 32 ounces because I'll top it off with a little bit of room temperature water. But I fill up my water to there, and then this has a digital temperature gauge, and you can set it, and so you can have it like anywhere from, say, 140 degrees to 212. 212 is like scalding. So I found like 160, 175 is about ideal for my hot chocolate, but it's all based on your likes. But what I do is it doesn't require much, believe it or not. And people that aren't even following this way of protocol, this way of eating, I make this for them, and they're like, this is delicious. So anyways, I take just 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa or cacao powder. And if you want to double that and do 2 tablespoons, that's okay too, because 1 tablespoon is 25 calories, 2 grams of protein, a half a gram of fat, 3 total carbohydrates, and 1 net carb. So I'll even have 2 of these a day for a total of 50 calories, 4 grams of protein, 1 gram of fat, 6 total carbs, and 2 net carbs. And so we're talking about 64 ounces with those macros. I just can't say again how much this contributes to my satiety in following not just a PSMF protocol, although I think it's even that much more important when you're low calorie, low fat, low carb, but any way of eating. So anyways, like I said, 1 tablespoon or 2, and then I'll do a squirt of the better stevia, the glycerite, and then I'll actually open up my Redmond real salt to the bigger setting here, and I just put a healthy pour in there. And sometimes I find that, it's a little too sweet, I'll add a little bit more salt, or vice versa. So it's just so easy, and this is so fast, and this is made in like under 2 minutes, and you get this so satisfying drink that if you have a sweet tooth, it satisfies that as well. The other thing I wanted to share with you is I've been traveling recently, and I found this is such an integral part of my protocol that I found this on Amazon. It's a Micasa, but it's basically a portable electric version of this here. So rather than putting, this big electric kettle in my suitcase or whatever, I can put this in my carry-on. But it's got a cord here, and this plug, you just plug the thermos in, and that's how you heat it. So how cool is that? You can make this in your hotel room. You can make this at the airport. And then you just pull the top off. And they even have a little cup that comes with it. So if you're outdoors doing some activity that you want a hot beverage, and if you heat this up, it'll keep its heat. And then if you're indoors and you want to heat up your liquid, so I put this water in here, plug this in, and then this has a select, an on-off button, and then a select in terms of the temperature. And so same thing based on the temperature that I shared there. So I got this, I want to say in November or December. So this has been absolutely just an awesome contribution to my following a PSMF way of eating. So I traveled both in December and January, and I took this with me, and oh man, did it just fill the bill, because I really miss this when I don't have it. So then the other thing is, and let me get my other one. This was my frother, but I want to show you something about this one. So just a tip that I picked up on. See that? I turn it on, but you got to hold on this one. It's called Froth Blast, and I got it on Amazon. This is the recommended one on Amazon. You have to hold the button down. So if you've got a big cup like this, it's kind of difficult because you can see its size in comparison to this. And so when your hand's in there and it's all the way down, it's real hard to continue to press that button. So it's like you got to be a contortionist to do that. So this came today actually, and so it's working out much better. So I looked on Amazon. I actually asked for this for Christmas. I didn't get it. So then I looked on Amazon for an extra long frother, and I found this one. This is, I don't know how to pronounce that, Colar Limo. But it came, first of all, with three of these. And I got it in the drawer here. I may bump the camera to show it to you. But this is if you want to mix protein powder or, things of that nature. So that's super handy. And then if you want to beat an egg or whipped cream or whatever, so that's handy. And then the milk frother. So super, super convenient. And then it's longer. And it doesn't run on batteries. It has a cord to it, so it gets charged via USB, and I think that's a C. But anyways, I fully charged this, and it's got 3 different settings: high, medium, and low, but it stays on. So that's high, medium, and low. And then it shows you what your battery strength is here. So medium, high, medium, low in terms of how strong is the battery, so you know when you need to recharge it. You've got that visual cue. So anyways, this is one that just came today. So I put this to use. I love it. So like I said, I thought this is such an integral part of my way of eating that I thought it was worthy of its own video. And I picked up a couple other gadgets, I guess you can call them, that helps this even more, especially if you travel. So I wanted to share all of that with you. So I'm going to enjoy my PSMF hot chocolate. And, you know, you can change this up. If you want to add a chocolate protein powder to this, you can do that. So I just do, like I said, the tablespoon of unsweetened cacao or cocoa powder, and just do the squirt of liquid of the better stevia, the glycerite, and then a pretty healthy amount of salt, because we know salt enhances chocolate. But yeah, you can add, if you want to do a little keto milk, etc. But I keep it real simple. That's how I do it. But you can modify it to your own likes. But like I said, I thought this was worthy of its own video because it's such a important part, such a key to my success on PSMF. Okay? So I think I beat this to death. I hope that's helpful. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.